Okay, we definitely have to talk about what just happened with Gervonta Tank Davis yesterday. This man just had a full meltdown and disabled his account over Shakur Stevenson. I have never seen a fighter get this mad about being asked to fight another fighter in his weight division. So for this past week, Tank's been kind of like getting mad at the media because he's been getting asked questions that he doesn't particularly appreciate. And for the longest time, he gets more and more agitated and irritated the more he is asked a question about Shakur Stevenson. Now, I don't know why this is, because if you remember correctly, Tank himself said he wants to fight Shakur. He said it repeatedly multiple times. So Tank wants to fight Shakur. But whenever he's asked about fighting Shakur, he gets angry about it. Now, cool, it's no secret that Tank's a very sensitive person. Everyone talks about it. He's a very, very extremely sensitive person. So this is very regular Tank behavior. I mean, we've seen it at press conferences. Whenever he's asked a Shakur Stevenson question, his whole demeanor changes and he just gets super mad. Now, here's where it gets weird. So yesterday, he's asked the question by fan Ray Jackson to fight Shakur Stevenson. And I'm going to put the texts here so you can just pause and read them whenever you want to. But he kind of just starts rambling and getting very mad over being asked to fight another fighter. Now, to make matters worse, the day before or 2 days prior to this, he insulted a fan's dead friend. And honestly, this weird behavior from Tank isn't very unusual. We've seen him threaten Lamont Roach's son, saying he was going to come to his school over a draw. A draw. He didn't even lose the fight. He's this mad over a draw. Now, as a fighter, something happens to you, you don't like it. How do you settle it? You get in the ring and fight about it. But yeah, over the last few days, Tank insulted a fan's dead friend, and we've seen the way he talks to his fans. We've seen him say things like, shut up and just be a fan, and like just ridiculing fans and insulting them like they're not the reason he's famous to begin with. If no one is buying your fights, if no one is watching your fights, you wouldn't be the quote-unquote face of boxing, which you aren't, by the way, because you're the B-side in the Jake Paul fight. So to get back onto the Shakur Stevenson situation, so the whole time he's kind of just going back and forth with fans on why he doesn't want to fight Shakur. And if, at a point, he straight up says, no, I don't want to fight Shakur. And he's kind of like having the Shakur with the argument with Shakur too. And Shakur kind of just says, you know what, you don't want to fight me. And it's very evident. So I'm just going to leave it there. And Tank and Leonard Ellaby had made every excuse in the book. And then Shakur said, you know what, I just don't want to talk about Tank ever again. And after this, Tank started getting cooked by all the other fans, calling him a duck, because that's literally what he just did. Everyone knows Tank doesn't speak very good English, but this man was typing out paragraphs, essay-level paragraphs to describe why he's ducking Shakur. I've never seen Tank construct such perfect English sentences. That's how mad he was. That's how scared he was. I've never seen a fighter get this pressed about being asked to fight another fighter who he said he was going to fight, by the way, with his own mouth. His main excuse for not fighting Shakur was Shakur doesn't bring eyes, no one goes to watch Shakur fights. But let me ask this question. Besides Ryan Garcia, so Hector Garcia, Lamont Roach, Frank Martin, Mario Barrios, Pitbull Cruz, Rolly Romero, out of all the names I just mentioned, which one has had the same level of stardom that Shakur Stevenson has right now before they fought Tank? Before they fought Tank, none of these names I just mentioned were on a pay-per-view card. Not a single one of them. And the reason I said besides Ryan Garcia was because Ryan basically forced that fight to happen. Ryan had to agree to a rehydration clause. He had to agree to so many things and stoop down and cut so many levels just to make this fight happen. If Ryan didn't force that fight, it would have never happened. So as much as people want to as Tank wants to criticize Shakur for quote unquote not selling and mind you, Tank's big excuse for not fighting Tank was, oh, have you ever dressed up and taken girls to Shakur Stevenson fight. Now, I want you to imagine Muhammad Ali telling Joe Frazier, I'm not going to fight you because girls don't come to your fights. Imagine Mike Tyson not fighting Lennox Lewis because girls didn't come to his fights. Just imagine that. Now, Tank announced his retirement, and honestly, I think he should just go ahead with it. He said he's going to retire after the Jake Paul fight, and honestly, he should just go. He's not going to be missed at all whatsoever.